So I'm standing here on the work table and we're looking up at the rafters here, and this is the wall framing, and this is the rafter coming up and the collar tie. And you notice that your walls are framed on edge and these are on the flat. So what I've got to do is, because I'm bringing my ceiling right up to the collar tie, is I got to make this surface kind of flush with this surface so that the sheathing can come straight up. So that means this is 3.5 inches this way. That's 3.5 inches. And that's 1.5 inches. So that would be 3. So I need an extra 1/2 inch. I'll show you what I did on the other side. And it's just kind of thrown together. I put a piece of OSB on there. Remember, that's the collar tie, so that's at 3, and that makes 3.5, so it makes it flush with the wall here. And down inside there, I don't know if you can see that or not, there is another block back there that supports that same piece, and a block on the other side so I can nail into. I didn't come right to the edge. I don't have to worry about drywall cracking in the shop. But if you're doing it in a house, you'd put a full edge all the way around it. So what I've got to do is make a block in back here, and then put another 1/2 inch gusset piece on here. And that's just going to be made out of scraps and leftovers, which is why I keep them. But when I come back, I'll show you what that is. There, we got a little scrap piece scabbed in there as a spacer. Brings it out to this level. So then we'll put a piece of 1/2 inch on top of that. So now we've got a filler strip of 1/2 inch. Actually, it's only 7/16, but it's a shop, not a house. So, and that brings our plane level. So now we can nail our wall to that. And then I took a straight edge and spanned at least a couple of rafters and transferred a mark over to here and drew a line, so now I can get a nailing block in there for the ceiling. And I'll show you that next. I'm ripping out a nailing strip for the ceiling part, 2 inches wide, by hand because I need to practice. But it's binding a little bit, so now you can see why I always keep a little wedge around. Little cedar shims made for putting in windows and doors. Just opens it up a little bit. Stops the saw from binding on, you know, construction lumber. Cutting it by hand. So there you go. Another little hint. And there we got our nailing strip nailed on with the line. So now our roof sheathing will go there and our wall sheathing will go there. We have something to attach it to. If you're building a house, you'd probably do this the whole distance. I left enough on top so the insulation will come in over top, give me the best possible that I can get out of it. I could have used great big wide wood, but would have lost some insulation value there, I think. And less cutting this way too. I can stuff the insulation in there and just cut a little corner out to come around it. Well, there we go. Another bag of insulation up. Roxol Comfort Bat. And I will never go back to fiberglass again. This is mineral wool. There's just too many advantages to it. You get one extra R value out of it. It's an R22 instead of an R21. It functions if it gets moist, and if you've ever had it's a lot more tolerant than fiberglass. If you ever had to work with some damp fiberglass, it's terrible. This doesn't get into you like the fiberglass does. Flame resistance, won't burn. And critters don't like it. So I don't know what bag of fiberglass costs anymore. This is $50 in the Canadian market. So that's what, $50 converted to American. Take the exchange. About $1.96 American. No, not really. But I don't know what, if this was double the price, I would still use it over fiberglass. So, and naturally nobody ever pays me to say anything, so this is just completely my own opinion. But yeah, Roxul Comfort Bat. Much easier to work with. Stays together nice. Doesn't get into your skin like fiberglass. Tolerant to the damp, rodent proof, fireproof. What's not to like? It's great stuff. I will not use anything other. So, need some vapor barrier now. That's next. Alright, we have our vapor barrier up. 6mm. Minimum standard according to code is 4. And if anybody's putting that up, well, just get out of the business. 6mm vapor barrier. We're ready for a sheet of something. I don't know if I have it in me to do it today, but we'll see. Time for a coffee. Yeah, if you're ever dropping by in real life, black with about 1.5 sugars in it. Little Bosch drill is doing pretty nicely on the job. Find every once in a while you squeeze the trigger and it doesn't activate though. Not every time, just rarely. I don't know if that's newness or what. But it's got torque. Holy jumping, she really pushes. There we go, another panel in place. Not painted like the other one, but it's too cool to paint. It'll have to be done in the warmer weather. But not too bad for a day's work for a tired old guy. One thing about the insulation, get yourself an old bread knife from the flea market or something. Cuts the insulation really well. And she's all up and done. Not insulated, but it's better than it was. Another improvement. You got that much less that heat can escape from. Thanks for dropping by.